What's up, guys? I'm cleaning out the back of the van right now for my last gold prospecting trip. Finally got the back door open up, but that's another subject in itself. Anyways, guys, for anybody who's interested, maybe you're getting started gold prospecting, or maybe you're just interested in looking at the stuff that I have. In this video, I just want to show you some of the stuff that I've accumulated over the years and talk a little bit about it, and hopefully it helps out some of the new prospectors, and hopefully some of you guys just enjoy watching it in general. So we'll get started. We'll start with the sluice boxes here. What we have here is the mini sluice box. We have the Keene A51 sluice box. We have the Angus McCurk sluice box, the Boss, and we have the letrap box. Well, guys, you only really need one box. I've accumulated these over the years. So this little mini box serves several different purposes. And this is a drop riffle sluice. You can see how the riffles just drop down right there. But yeah, guys, I pretty much just picked that up for low water flow when I get in situations where I can't run any of these boxes right here. Now, guys, I picked up this Angus McCurk box right here because I used to have the old school one, which is pretty much just like this one. But I will say, I'm not real impressed with the craftsmanship in there. You can see all these bubbles and stuff. They've kind of got dents in there. I even had to throw some JB Weld in the corners. Look at that right there. When I got the box, it came with a hole in it. And that was my second box that I got from them. I actually got the first one still. See that right there? I got two of these bad boys. It came broken to the end right here. Maybe I should sell one. Let me know if you're interested. Now, it doesn't come with the miner's moss in there. They just sell it with the carpet in there. The riffles, they just latch out. Got your classifier screen. And I just go ahead and put the miner's moss in there. But like I said, it doesn't come with it. You don't actually need it. But I do like the miner's moss, guys. This stuff is good stuff. If any gold gets caught in there, any fine gold, any thick gold, any gold that gets caught in that mat is not going to come out until you rinse it out and do your cleanup. So that's the good thing about the miner's moss. It's just a little bit of extra insurance. You guys see that white spray paint right there? I just want to mention to you, I spray painted that so I don't have to think about it every time I put it back together. And that is one of the drawbacks to the Keene A51 box, or any box like this that you have to unlatch and take apart every time. It's a lot quicker just to grab it out of the water, walk it over to your tote, get yourself your bucket of water, you wash it out right there, you're done. You're ready to put that thing back in the stream and you're ready to get back to work. This thing right here takes a little bit more work. You gotta take the riffles, you gotta unlatch it, take the riffles out, take the wire out. You know, you gotta clean that all up there, clean out your carpet, clean out your moss. Then when you're done, you gotta put it back together again. And it's not hard to do, but after you do it, and you do it, and you do it, and you do it, and you spend a lot of time doing it, this process does get kind of old. It's not a bad box, and I really do like it, but having the plastic box is a lot quicker, so that's something to think about. It's a lot easier to clean up, less time consuming. And guys, I want to make this point right here. If you're backpacking in somewhere and you're hiking miles and miles, and you don't want to carry this box right here, well, this box right here weighs like not even like a pound maybe, if that. Obviously, with the bigger boxes, you can shovel material through them a lot faster. But here's the thing, guys. When you're small scale gold prospecting, it's not always about how much material you can move. Sometimes it is, but a lot of times what I find is it's about how rich that your material is. There's times when I've moved a lot of material through a box like this, and then I've shown up at places with a box like this, moved a few buckets of 5-gallon dirt, and those buckets were a lot richer, and I found more gold with a small box like this than I did with a big box like this. So all I'm saying is sometimes it's better to search for the spot that is more richer in ground, and you don't have to move as much material, and you can get more gold than running lots and lots of volume. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to make that point right there. Well, if you don't have as much water flow. So that's my digging gear right there. All right, I got myself a 15-pound bar. I think it's 15 pounds. This thing comes real handy for breaking up the rocks and stuff. It's got the point on one end, and it's got the spade on the other end, which is really nice for getting in between the rocks and prying them apart. Both ends come in handy. This is one of the best things I bought for prospecting gold. I think I paid either 45 or 65 bucks for it. I can't remember. But yeah, get yourself a nice bar. That's good. This right here, loppers. These have come in handy. These are actually a pretty necessary piece of equipment. Cut out all the thorns and the weeds. Sometimes the thorns are hiding that gold in the weeds, and you got to get in there. And I would recommend every gold prospector have one of these as well. The mini shovel or the big shovel. Which one do you need? Which one do you want? Well, I would say get both of them. But oddly enough, which one do you think I use more? I could tell you if I only had to pick one shovel, I could say without a doubt that I I would pick this one right here all day long over that one right there. These little shovels right here, I have witnessed it. I have seen guys show up with these big shovels right here, and they have said, man, I need to get myself a mini shovel. Because guys, all those rocks and stuff, getting in those tight areas, you can do a lot more work with this thing than you can do with that thing. But if you need to move overburden, you've got a lot of ground to move, a lot of crap ground to get out of the way, or you just have a lot of good ground that you can get in there and actually work, well, then you want this shovel right here. So really, guys, you want the mini shovel, you want the big shovel, you want a bar of some sort, you want some loppers, but definitely get yourself a mini shovel. Don't overlook it, guys, because I'm telling you, you'll use that a lot more than the big shovel. And then we've got the pickaxe right here. This is the one that I've used for years. You can see how worn out it is, but it still gets the job done. This one I just picked up for metal detecting, 65 bucks, I think. It's got the magnet on the top, which is nice because, well, when you're metal detecting, don't ask me what happened to my metal detector. Fastest $1,000 that I have ever burned up. Make sure you don't run over your detector. I wasn't going to tell you guys that. I'm a little bit embarrassed about that. By the way, this is the Gold Monster 1000. If I had to do it all over again, because I'm going to have to do it all over again, as you can see, I ran it over. I would get the SDC over the Gold Monster. You're going to spend a little bit more money, but the thing about the Gold Monster is it's a cheaper detector, and yes, it's a nice detector, but the problem with it is you can't break it back down without taking it all apart. Got a pan for cleaning up all that gold. Gold magnet right here. This is a nice piece of equipment to have. Check this out. See how this thing saves you a little time? Look at all that right there. Now I didn't get it all, but look at that. I don't have to pan that out now. Save yourself a little bit of panning. Speaking of panning, these are the pans that I use. I've used the other style pan, but I've actually come to like this pan a lot better because the gold gets in these riffles right here and you can really work it off the top. Personal preference, some guys like these riffles better right here. Some guys like the finer riffles a little bit better. But when you get down to the very end, it's like you're not even using riffles anyway. You're just using that lip right there. Classifiers, I have this classifier from when I used to have a gold cube. I don't have a gold cube anymore. 1/8 inch classifier, 1/2 inch classifier. This is the most common for screening down your pay dirt. But I can tell you guys that if you have good water flow in the stream, when I tell some guys that I don't classify, they kind of freak out. You don't classify? But here's the thing, guys. If your water's set up right and you got good water flow, rocks like this that won't fit through the classifier, I can tell you that they'll just go straight through. They'll go straight out of the box if your box is set up right. So it's like, not to mention the gold does get stuck to the rock right there, so really if you could run the rock through the box, you're probably better off. Whenever I don't have to classify, I don't. And I found that for free, so you don't have to spend a lot of money on classifying. So guys, some people are charging like 10 to 20 bucks for these scoops right here, and you can go to the dollar store and get a kitty litter scoop for like $1 or $2. And look at this is even wearing out right here, guys. After you use it enough, it'll start wearing out and become junk, so you might as well just go to the dollar store, in my opinion, and pick yourself up a kitty litter scoop for like $1 or $2, and they're actually even bigger scoops than this. You can get more material in them. So a boat and aftermarket pump, not a bad idea. All right, guys, well, here's my goggles for sniping. Didn't do any dredging last summer. I used to be a big dredging guy, but the laws and stuff don't really allow us to do it the way that I want to do it. So, well, currently not dredging anymore, guys, unfortunately, for the meantime. And I tell you what, if you ever put on a wetsuit and you don't have dive skins underneath, this stuff is like super glued to the skin. It is very hard to get off once your suit is on. It is a pain in the butt. And I have the Tommy D suit. I think they're one of the cheapest suits on the market as far as price goes, and they work just fine if you ask me. And this is the old school retro. I gotta keep this one nice because I don't think they make these anymore. I kind of like those colors. And if you guys aren't familiar with what sniping is, well, you're not dredging. You're just going out and running the snorkel and keeping your head. You know, you're working in like anywhere from 1 foot to 4 foot of water and going out seeing if you can dig any gold out of the cracks. And the funny thing about sniping is I know guys that snipe more gold than I have ever found with my dredge. And I'm like, what? Are you seriously finding that much gold sniping? Which leads me to my point of what I said earlier. It's not always about how much material you move when you're gold prospecting. It's about finding the right area that is loaded and rich. Oh, this isn't really gold prospecting related, but you want to get yourself a pair of shades, get yourself a hat. That way when you're not in the sun all day, I used to not have one of these guys, and my ears would get fried, the back of my neck would get fried. Ever since I had the hat right now, I don't get any more sunburnt on the ears, the back of the neck doesn't get fried, and it's just a nice hat to have in general. So while we're talking about the gear, the hat and the glasses, bug spray. Get out there and you don't have any bug spray, you're gonna wish that you did. Last time I was out, even with the bug spray, those mosquitoes were still killing me. I don't know how I about forgot this. I'm glad you guys reminded me because I was about ready to cut the camera off. So thank you guys very much for that. Down here somewhere, I have 2 of them. I thought I used to have 2 of them. Where did the other one go? Well, I can't find my favorite one, which is the Garrett one. This is a nice one too. It's a Proline one, but a snuffer bottle for the most part. A snuffer bottle is a snuffer bottle, guys. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. I just wanted to show you guys my equipment, and if you guys are new to this and just starting out, hopefully the video helps you out and kind of shows you the different sluice boxes and the pans and the black sand magnet and the crevicing tools and the wetsuit and all that kind of stuff, guys. Yeah, I've been at this gold prospecting thing for quite a while now. I started when I was 23 years old and I'm 35 now. I pretty much have been out every summer. I live in Illinois, and I've pretty much been out west every summer for the last 10 years, anywhere from 3 months to 9 months at a time. And it's been quite an adventure, my friend. Anyways, guys, I'll be back out on the road in the future prospecting for gold. So if you enjoyed this video, you found any value in it, smash that subscribe button right there, and I'll talk to you in the next one.